In 1944, during World War II, the M22 was deemed inadequate and it was not designed to engage heavily armored tanks like the Tiger. But in War Thunder, it's known for being one of the biggest menace, with players using its speed and 37mm armament to terrorize Tigers. Today, the old rivalry takes the field in a face-off to see how well Tigers can do against a swarm of one of US's smallest tanks. Will history prove to be correct about the M22? Or will our contestants show just how scary this little tank can be? Today, we find out. In round 1, our participants voted try 17 Tigers versus 43 Locusts on an urban map in Eastern Europe. In round 2, we'll be making balancing adjustments in numbers depending on how round 1 goes in another urban map on Alaska. For our final round, we try a long-range map to see how the outcome would be different. From looking at the protection analysis, the Tiger will have no problem penetrating the M22. But with its small size and fast mobility, that could make it a challenge when aiming. The M22 won't have a chance to pen from the front and will have to be about 100 meters or closer to pen its sides. Let's see how round 1 goes. M22 team looks like they're spreading out, with the majority going toward their right side, while the Tigers look like they're also spreading out, but more evenly. The largest M22 swarm is about to engage with 5 Tigers approaching. Will it be enough to hold this side? Machine gun's not doing a whole lot here. Tigers are starting to spot him, take him out, and oh no. One Tiger seems to have found himself in a bit of a pickle. The M22s are trying to shoot for that part right in between the skirts and where the tracks are. There is a very weak part that they can get through, and there is some ammo there too that they can destroy to wipe the Tiger out. And there goes the first Tiger. One's trying to hold on, but is also taken out. One's running away with its barrel taken out. He knows he's in trouble. This side is not looking like it's doing too good. Oh my gosh. This is such a nightmare. If Tigers had dreams, I'm sure this is what they would wake up sweating to at night. Mommy, hold me, I had a nightmare. This is like what you'd see out of a horror movie, with these little monsters running through the smoke. Now, much closer here and much easier to get through these sides. He wouldn't necessarily need to go down between that skirt and the track, but that is where the driver is positioned, which is why he's firing right there. These Tiger players trying to push the M22s out in the open toward when they are in trouble for other Tiger players to see them to help them out. And that 88 having no issue here. This side and the 5 Tigers, this is the last one standing. I can just imagine from the player just watching this, just having this feeling of hopelessness. All Tigers wiped out on this side as they rush toward the rest. And oh, wow. It reminds me of the old Mummy movie with the Beatles that are all trying to crawl toward the people to get them. Now, when the Tigers are able to keep the M22s at range, they seem to be doing a lot better. Of course, the M22s can't pen as well from this distance, and the Tiger has the major advantage with its cannon. In a pretty smart position here because they can't get too close with this water right in front of him. But the arty ability the M22 has might change that. A lot of them are trying to aim for those Tiger barrels to disable him, help him get a lot closer. This does not look good for the M22s. Now the rest of them are just cleaning up. And wow, what a match. It was devastating for the Tiger team at the beginning with those 5 all by themselves, but once the Tigers across the river knew where they were and had the distance advantage, it seemed to have turned things around. We now go into round 2 and another urban map on Alaska, where our participants voted to try 8 Tigers versus 42 M22s. Let's see if the Tigers can still win now. M22s can be seen. Tiger takes the first shot, killing 1. These 3 are all by themselves, as the majority of the swarm can be seen on this side right in front of them. We got Ryan Barry and BK Johnson a little bit further back, and seeing the M22s rush those 3 Tigers, they now know he's here. I'm not sure what this Tiger's strategy was in just running across the field. I think he had seen him and then realized he was in a bad spot and was just trying to get away. So many hits, and the first Tiger's down. As the M22s now focus in on their next target. Ryan could be in trouble here. The other 2, let's see how they're holding on. I'm not sure if smoke right there is a good thing or a bad thing, because it could blind the M22s, but it also could have blinded the Tigers from getting those longer range shots. This might be the end of it for these 2. How much longer can they hold on? That's how I feel as a parent when I break out the candy and all my kids swarm around me and their friends. Back off, one at a time. There's some for everyone. One for you, one for you. And that poor parent, all you want to do is just give out some candy. The trick-or-treaters are off to their next victim. Well, that didn't take very long. Already those 3 Tigers down. Another one down over on this side. About 4 Tigers down and 4 left. There's a little bit of an overlap here. And the time difference now showing on this side. One of them had already died while the other action was going on the other side. The bulk of the swarm heading off to the A-cap side. The participants were saying how hard it was to hear these little M22's engines over their loud Tiger engines sometimes. Now in War Thunder, you can adjust your engine volume, turn it down only so low to kind of help your engine sounds. I'm not sure if that's what the participants did here. I think most of them did. Oh my gosh. Just gone. And that's what I was saying earlier about just getting right between the track and that skirt and getting that ammo. BK Johnson coming right through the town here while Ryan's trying to back him up. Let's see how well his wingman can do. The Tiger in the town is in a much more dangerous spot, being in closer quarters to the M22s. Or if they can get that advantage of getting real close, that's when these Tigers just seem to fall apart. They all seem to know where the one in the town is, but they don't quite seem to know where Ryan is at yet. They seem to be holding on okay, but now the M22s have spotted Ryan and are now turning on him. No more help for BK in the town. This could be bad. Oh no. Don't let him get to the sides. Smart move using the rock there. Tracks, barrels, doing anything the M22s can. The slow death. Poor BK. That's it, Ryan just on this side. And where could the other Tiger friend be? They're not looking like there's much hope for Ryan. The last Tiger is going to still have 14 locusts. As they look for their last victim. Doing a big brain play here. All participants seeing him in the water. I didn't even know where he was until I started looking around and finally finding him out here. This could be a really good play because if they get in the water and too close, they're so small that they're just going to end up drowning. And here they come. Oh my gosh. Once again, aiming for that barrel, which is real smart, getting it red. Is it going to be enough to save him though? Nope. You can see the little cupolas on top of the M22s just pop open to know they're dead. They're trying to figure out what to do here. He's got him in a pretty good spot. They are getting through. You will not see that. For some reason in my spectator mode it wasn't showing the actual damage, but we were seeing penetrating shots. His barrel kept getting taken out. These M22s are trying to do everything they can. And spreading themselves out, trying to get along the sides when he turns his turret, trying to pen the one angle. Some still trying the water approach, but drowning. I'm not sure what his play was there, but these dead M22s all look like dead bunnies with their ears up in the water. A big brain play by Native. Wow, I believe being in the water is what saved him. We now try and nerf the water, but on Fire Act there actually was some, so didn't really quite play out. We now go into our final match on a long-range map where I would say we did 12 versus 52, but half the team decided to try the water tactic while the other half decided to see what they could do in the fields. Let's see how this last round goes. You can see them starting to spread out, kind of maybe sticking together. All these guys look like a bunch of hippos enjoying the water. Something you'd see on National Geographic. First one being seen, here comes the swarm. And at this long range, even though that 88 does have that lethal touch, it is quite hard to get these fast little buggers. A lot of them seem to be pushing through the town here, trying to use that protection. If the M22s are going to have a chance, they're going to have to use those swarm tactics. They have to close that gap. And it looks like a lot of them are on the move here. Maybe starting to see where these Tiger players are. Uh-oh. Looks like they're moving in. Even from this distance, some damage is being done. Barrel hits, track hits, trying to disable, see what they can do. Here from Spectator, you can just see where all those M22s are. Tigers have a pretty good position here. I don't know why there was a steward here. Didn't quite notice he was there. The sound of an M22 getting close. Some not making the move, keeping their distance, which is not going to be the strong point for the M22s. I don't know why there's some flying in spectator mode right now. Always seems to be a little lag in War Thunder's replay system. Charge! Tigers are holding them off very well here, but they have, these M22s, if they're going to have any chance, they have got to move in. It really helped when the Tiger players stuck together because they were seen also helping to repair one another. Even in real life, that wouldn't really happen under this kind of fire. It looks like the M22's tactic here is shooting from a distance to see maybe if they can knock out the barrels, trying to disable them before moving in. I'm not exactly sure. War Thunder's advantage of being able to repair vehicles in battle, that is making a big difference here. I would say if this was realistic, I'd say these Tigers would be gone with how often their barrels are getting taken out, shot at. But I don't know if that was really a tactic during World War II, is if you couldn't pen, focus on the barrel. And just totally holding off the M22s. This long-range map is really proving to be the nemesis of the Locust, while against the Tigers. So many of the M22s already taken out that by the time some of these even got close, it's looking like it's too late. I couldn't find any record of M22s engaging Tigers during World War II. I thought it would have been kind of funny, but it just wasn't what the Locust was meant for. But in War Thunder, this was an idea that had to be done. Tigers are now really just cleaning up the last of Locust, while all the ones that were enjoying a swim out in the water are finally coming into the game, but now it's a bit late. These few Tigers really proved to be all it took to take on that massive swarm of M22s. Hope you all enjoyed this vid, and thank you to all those that helped. You all stay cool and keep tanking.